Okay, let's talk about LinkedIn. Have you ever spent hours polishing your profile, you hit that apply button, and then it feels like your application just vanished into a black hole? Well, you're not alone. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain and decode exactly how recruiters see the platform so you can stop being invisible and start getting the right kind of attention.
So let's start with a reality check. When a recruiter uses LinkedIn's own hiring tools, the AI-powered ones, they actually end up looking at 62% fewer profiles. Just let that sink in. That means on average, only 38% of candidates are ever actually seen by a real person. If you want to be in that top group, you've got to understand the game.
So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do you break into that top 38%? Well, I can tell you it's not about luck. It's about having a clear strategy. And that strategy starts with understanding why you might be invisible in the first place.
For so many of us, LinkedIn really does feel like a black box. You pour all this time and energy into your profile, you send out applications, and then crickets. So we're going to pry that box open and show you the system that's running just behind the curtain.
All right, here is the single most important mindset shift you need to make. You have to stop thinking like a job applicant and start thinking like a recruiter. Seriously. The whole key to getting found on LinkedIn is to know exactly how they are looking for someone like you.
So recruiters basically use a three-step process. First, they use this incredibly powerful search engine with like 40 different filters and a ton of keywords to find profiles. Then they use a feature called Spotlights to figure out who to contact first. And finally, they start their outreach. Our goal here is to optimize your profile for all three stages.
And the secret to nailing that first stage? It's something called LinkedIn SEO. Yep, just like for Google. It's all about strategically placing the right words and phrases in your profile so that LinkedIn's algorithm serves you up to recruiters on a silver platter.
So what kind of keywords are we talking about here? Well, recruiters think in categories. They're looking for your industry, maybe something like SaaS or fintech. They're looking for specific skills like Python. They want to know the software you use like Figma. Of course, your location is huge. And this last one is so important. Value-based keywords that show the results you get, like traffic growth. Your profile needs a good mix of all five.
Now, to slice through the noise of hundreds, sometimes thousands of applicants, recruiters have a secret weapon. It's called a Boolean search. They build these super specific search queries using words like and, or, and not to just zero in on the perfect candidate. Understanding this isn't just the nice to have, it's a game changer for you.
Okay, this is where it gets really good. This is how you translate their secret language into your action plan. Look at the software engineer role. See how they use not tutor? That's how they filter out coaches and find actual practitioners. And for the product manager, they're using or to find someone who knows roadmap or go-to-market. This is literally telling you the exact words you need to have on your profile to show up in their search.
Knowing the keywords is one thing, but where you put them is just as critical. So let's talk about turning your profile into an absolute magnet for the right jobs by putting those words in all the right places.
And this just shows the difference perfectly. On the left, a weak headline. It's just your job title. It's passive, it doesn't say much. But on the right, that strong headline is a mini pitch. It uses keywords like B2B growth strategist and a value proposition, helping SaaS companies scale that instantly tells a recruiter what you're all about. It's a night and day difference.
So the key takeaway is to focus your energy on these 4 spots. They're like the prime real estate on your LinkedIn profile. Your headline, your about section, your experience, and your skills. These are the areas that are most heavily weighted in a recruiter's search. If you get these 4 right, you are way ahead of the curve.
And just think about it. Your headline is your digital calling card. It follows you literally everywhere you go on the platform. It's the first thing recruiters see in a search list, and honestly, it's what decides whether they click on your profile or just keep on scrolling.
Okay, so once your profile is showing up in searches, the next step is to get prioritized. This is where those spotlights come in. They're basically filters recruiters use to decide who's most likely to respond and who they should message first. These are the big ones recruiters look for. Are you actively open to work? Do you have a connection inside their company? Have you applied there before? Or maybe you've liked or commented on their company's posts. Each one of these things makes you a warmer lead and bumps you up to the top of their list.
Now, the most powerful spotlight by far is open to work, and you can turn it on discreetly. Just follow these 4 super simple steps. The most important part is step 4, setting the visibility to recruiters only. This puts a little flag on your profile that only people using LinkedIn Recruiter can see. So your current boss, they'll never know.
So now, your optimized profile is a magnet, attracting recruiters to you. But the final piece of this whole puzzle is proactive outreach. You can't just lean back and wait for them to find you every time.
And this is just the hard truth. As one person put it perfectly, with companies getting over 300 applications for one job, just lobbing your CV in the mix is a surefire way of getting a rejection email. You have to do something more to stand out from that massive crowd.
The first move is to use your network. Find someone who works at a company you're targeting and send them a simple, respectful message like this one. Notice the angle here. You're not asking for a job. You're just saying you found an opening and would love to hear about their experience. It's about making a human connection first, which is way more effective.
And then, after you apply, don't just sit there and wait. Find the recruiter or the hiring manager and send a quick follow-up. A simple note like this shows real initiative. You mention the exact job and highlight a key skill. It pulls you out of that anonymous pile of applications and puts your name right at the top of their mind.
Okay, that was a lot. So let's boil it all down to a simple, high-impact checklist. If you do nothing else, do these 5 things. 1. Pack your headline with target job titles and skills. 2. Turn on open to work and recruiters only mode. 3. Copy keywords from job descriptions and sprinkle them in your about and experience sections. 4. Set a specific city for your location, not a huge state or region. And 5. Start connecting with people at your target companies. This right here is your battle plan.
And I want you to remember this. Your LinkedIn profile isn't just a static, boring resume. When you optimize it the right way, it becomes a living asset, a tool that is constantly working for you in the background 24/7 to bring the right opportunities directly to you.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. Go look at your profile right now, but look at it through the eyes of a recruiter. What story is it telling them? Is it telling the story that gets you into that top 38%? Because now you have all the tools to make sure that it does.